Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning for another news update for Thursday, August 28, 2025. And I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, scissors used in two toddlers' murder. Tuesday's killing of two little boys, allegedly by the father figure in their life, has been condemned by Prime Minister Andrew Holness, the Child Protection and the Family Services Agency, and other sections of society. Police report that 3-year-old Shamir Henry and his 1-year-old brother, Amir Saunders, died from multiple stab wounds inflicted with a pair of scissors while they were in their crib. Today, Jamaica weeps. Let us come together in prayer for the two precious lives cut short and for the mother and relative who must now face their unspeakable grief. May their souls rest in eternal peace, the Prime Minister said in a statement. No parent should ever have to endure such a tragedy, and as a country, we mourn alongside them. As a society, we must be vigilant in safeguarding the well-being of our children. Whenever there are signs that they may be at risk, it is important that action is taken to protect them, Holness said. The government remains committed to strengthening our systems of support for families and ensuring that our agencies are responsive in situations where children may be endangered. Protecting the most vulnerable among us is not only a duty of the state, but also a responsibility of each and every citizen, he added. The main suspect, a 22-year-old man, identified as the father of Amir Saunders, is now in police custody in connection with the incident, which a CPFSA CEO, Lord Adams Thomas, described as beyond tragic and absolutely horrific. The boy's mother is also reportedly in custody. However, she is not believed to be the focus of the investigation at this time. We shudder to think of what these innocent children may have endured in their final moments. Our hearts are also with the mother who have suffered the devastating loss of her only two children, Adams Thomas said in a statement. Reports are that sometime after 8 p.m. Tuesday night, the suspect, the two toddlers, and their mother were at the suspect's home in Swamp St. Anne when the suspect consumed ganja tea and began acting out of character. On observing his strange behavior, the boy's mother, who was visiting from Dunrobin in Mandeville, Manchester, ran from the house and went to Monique police station where she reported the incident. The police detained the 22-year-old man and an alarm was raised as the two young boys could not be found. A search was launched and the following morning, their bodies were found in bushes close to the house. In its release, the CPFSA said the boy's mother was also injured during the incident. Reports indicated that she had been visiting her younger son, Amir, who lived with his father, and brought along her other child, Shamir, when the tragedy unfolded, said the CPFSA's Adams Thomas. Social media users rebuke Vazi's blessing of school buses. Transport Minister Darrell Vazi's sprinkling of what appeared to be white rum during Wednesday's blessing ceremony for 60 rural school buses has attracted rebuke from social media users who viewed the practice as being part of obeah and witchcraft. The ceremony was held at a Jamaica house. Following video postings of the occasion, social media users went into overdrive with their comments. I thought we blessed things with prayer and the Bible, commented one user. They take us for a damn joke, another user exclaimed. While many of the users found the actions of the minister humorous, others thought it was outright wrong. One user commented that you cannot use ancestral witchcraft to bless. The prayer warriors need to come out and rebuke the demonic spirits set over all these buses. Another user said, mark my words, parents, do not send your children in those buses. The man just did a ritual before your eyes. The 60 buses represent the first batch of 110 buses that have been commissioned to transport the students to and from school in rural Jamaica beginning September 8 under the government's Rural School Bus Program. Another 50 buses are expected to be rolled out between September and November, according to VAZ. This phase will benefit thousands of students from 258 schools island-wide, with 55 of the 122 routes across all parishes being served by 60 of the first 110 buses. The remaining 40 buses will be introduced gradually between September and November, with an additional 10 buses held in reserve to guarantee continuity of service. Jamaica, this initiative is inclusive. 12 of these buses will serve 8 special needs schools in Phase 1, with another 2 to be added in Phase 2. This will ensure that no child, regardless of ability or circumstances, is left behind, Vance said at Wednesday's blessing ceremony. Kingston Western Police list the persons of interest. Detectives assigned to the Kingston Western Police Division have listed 5 people, including 2 women, as persons of interest in their division. The police believe that these individuals can assist with ongoing investigations into violent crimes committed in the Tivoli Gardens and Lower Denham Town communities on Wednesday, August 27. They are Hussein Fraser, otherwise called the Straight Up of Tivoli Gardens, Kingston 14, Lavon Campbell of Tivoli Gardens, Kingston 14, Devin Austin, otherwise called the Bulby of Chestnut Lane, Kingston 14, and the 2 women only known by their aliases. One is known as Chinny and another known as Chinelle, both of Wellington Street, Kingston 14. Anyone knowing their whereabouts is being asked to contact the Denham Town Criminal Investigation Branch at 876-948-6443, the 119 police emergency number, or the nearest police station. Teachers restive days before school reopening and elections. The Jamaica Teachers Association has given the Ministry of Finance until Friday to present an improved wage offer, or normality within the education system will not be guaranteed, according to a letter shared with the Minister of Finance, Favour Williams, on Wednesday. The August 29 deadline is 2 days before school is set to reopen for the 2025-2026 academic year on September 1, and 4 days before the September 3 general election. The mood among teachers is one of rising militancy, and they are prepared to defend their rights and professional dignity, the letter stated. The JTA indicated that it has summoned its action committee to a meeting on Friday, August 29, 2025 at 1 p.m. The convening of the action committee follows a meeting earlier this month where the JTA walked out because of what it describes as the government's continued unwillingness to put forward an improved offer. Citing a serious deterioration in trust following that walkout, the JTA said, "Our delegates have since convened and, given the government's inaction, have unanimously empowered the President to activate the Association's Action Committee. The result is that normality within the education system can no longer be guaranteed. It must be emphasized that teachers across the island have been remarkably patient and restrained throughout this entire process. Despite widespread dissatisfaction, we have maintained open lines of communication and made every attempt to arrive at a resolution without a disruption to the education system. However, the patience is now exhausted." The JTA called for an improved offer to be immediately presented and a meeting to be called no later than Friday. The JTA cannot overstate the seriousness of this moment. We urge the ministry to act swiftly and decisively. The government's ongoing delay is a clear affront to the teaching profession and a disservice to the nation's students. It is now time to show the respect and regard that Jamaica's teachers so justly deserve, the JTA said. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.